Hey folks, welcome back. My name is Krishna. If you're new to the channel, welcome. So this time around, we're going to take a look at two things. We're going to look at artboards and we're going to look at smart objects. We're going to talk about what smart objects can be used for digital art, and we'll also talk about leveraging artboards as you experiment and create your illustrations. So the first thing that I've got here is I've got a layered file, and this layered file is a 13-inch by 19-inch canvas image. One thing that you want to do in terms of setup before you even begin, you want to make sure that all of your layers are all going to not exceed the dimensions of your canvas. You might have some texture layers, for example, that seem to go beyond the canvas dimensions, so you'll want to go ahead and trim those things off. I've already done that in this particular case to make the rest of my workflow seem very smooth. So assuming everything fits into your canvas, the next step is very simple. You're going to select the topmost layer, go all the way to your bottommost layer, not the background layer. You're going to right click and you're going to choose Convert to Smart Object. When you do that, you will see all of your layers appear to collapse into one. But a smart object is basically a special layer that contains image data for non-destructive edit. So if I double click on this particular image, I will see a new document that appears that contains all of my layers perfectly preserved. So the advantage here is on my original file, I can make alterations and other things without having to worry about having to mess up the layers that have already been set up. That's a really, really important consideration. So that's a smart object. Now, how can we leverage this smart object? Well, I can make a new artboard. I'll just go to the Move tool, and underneath the Move tool is the Artboard tool, and I'll simply just drag a box. I'm making a new artboard. I want this artboard to be 13 inches, so I'll type in 13, hit return. For width, and then for height, I'm going to type in 19, so I've got the exact dimensions that I want. And you'll see that the artboards have plus indicators, so I can add a new artboard if I wish. Let me go ahead and do that. And now what I want to do is I want to copy over this illustration from its location into a new artboard. So I have a couple of options here. Probably the easiest is to hold down the Option key on Mac or Alt on Windows and simply drag your composition into the new artboard, like so. I'll make another copy here. And you can see that it just pops into place. So I've got 3 copies. And that's the advantage of an artboard. I can have multiple canvases within one Photoshop document. So what I can do for Artboard 1, for example, is if I want to just see what this is going to look like in grayscale, I can hit Command U, and I can bring the saturation all the way down to the far left. Alternatively, for Artboard 2, perhaps I want to do something else. I want to go ahead and make a sepia tone version, and I can adjust the saturation and the lightness, and I've got something like this. Now, the power of smart objects comes into play if I want to make a modification and have that reflected across all of the different artboards. That's where smart objects can come in. Let's say that I want to move my signature, which is currently located on the far right, over to the far left. All I would need to do is double click the thumbnail for the smart object. I'll find my signature and just scoot it over to the opposite side. I'll hit Command S to save it. Give it a second or two to process. And then it has to update the smart object. So now you can see all of my copies now have the signature on the left-hand side. So this can be very, very helpful when it comes to presenting your work. You can show a color version, a grayscale version, perhaps a sepia tone version, or whatever you wish. There's a lot of different ways you can modify it. And you can, the best part about this is you can see everything side by side, and everything is self-contained within its own artboard. And the adjustments that I've made here, I can simply just toggle them on or off if I so desire. So that's a super quick tip. I guess the biggest thing that I struggled with when I was first learning, smart objects is, in some cases, the smart objects would not resemble the same size canvas. And that's because I had elements that were in the layers that were much bigger than the canvas size that I had set. So if you're aware of that, then I think the rest of the process goes a lot smoother. So if you found some value in this video, please give it a thumbs up or a like. And as always, I'm looking forward to hearing from you. What questions do you have with regards to Photoshop? Drop them in the comments below. As always, thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. See ya.